all give him a good round of applause. Scott, that was for you, for remembering the right church, the right day and the right time. But we'll take the credit for that. It wasn't so long ago when Scott and Gemma went to have their bands read at Scott's local parish. I think this is the only thing you had to arrange, wasn't it? But after sitting through the whole of the service, then speak to the vicar after, about an hour and a half, they realised they was in the wrong church. They was in Wensfield Church, it should have been in Eve Town Church. Gemma, I thought you'd have realised that, to be fair, so here's Scott rubbing off on you. Also, another little celebration they've got going on today. They've been together 6 years.
Yeah.
Well, first Gemma, I bet it's about 16. As Scott keeps reminding me, you know, that stag do, up to the stag do, through my speech, he's telling me whatever I say, whatever I do, he's going to get me back twice as bad. Because he's got my best man next year at my wedding. But as daft as it was, he chose 2 best men. So now I'll hand you over to Jav. Scott, you feeling okay? You alright? Yeah, give it 10. In case any of you are wondering today, well, there's 2 best men up here. I know it's quite unusual, but Scott couldn't find one best man, so he got 2 half-competent men with me and Dean. Gemma doesn't actually know this story yet, but it was only 4 weeks ago that Dean phoned me up, nearly in tears. He also phoned Neil and Kim up. He'd lost your wedding rings. He'd been looking for a week. He'd emptied every pair of jeans in his wardrobe, every drawer. He couldn't find them. He took a credit card out. The next day he was going to come round and confess and buy you some new wedding rings. And then he realised he'd put them in the wrong drawer at your mum and dad's house. But seriously, I've known Scott since I was about 8 or 9 years old. I think he's about the same mental age now as he was then. But I'm sure everybody who's met Scott knows he's ever mentioned his intelligence. He used to play the drums with me every Friday night after school. Well, I say play, he used to try anyway. As you'll see by his dancing later, his rhythm, not the best. I know it's been a hard week for Gemma in the run-up to the wedding, not just sorting all this out, but doing his fake tan, his nails. So Gem, well done for that, it's not been easy for you, has it? Before Scott met Gemma, he was allowed to come on lads' holidays. Went to Ibiza a few times. And it was about then when we realised how vain Scott is. He's the only man I know who shaves his feet and shaves his toes. Waxes now, he waxes now. But also, he's the only man I know who wouldn't go in the swimming pool without a bottle of Swim and Shine at hand. So Scott, we've got your present so you could go in the pool on your honeymoon. There's some Swim and Shine for you, mate. Just a suggestion that me and Dean have come up with to make Gemma's married life a little bit easier. Every time you come home and say, I've lost it, I've forgot it, or I don't know where it is, you have to give Gemma a pound. And then maybe after a few years you'll realise to turn your brain on and look where you've put stuff. But Gem, we don't call him Ebenezer for nothing, so put a pound out of him. Now the bit you've all been waiting for, where I say what Scott got up to on the stag do. Absolutely nothing. He wore a headband to the airport, and then he says that's enough now. Chunk brought a megaphone and he confiscated it. Never to be seen again. But seriously, I know Scott and Gemma, they have got one thing in common. They love their comedies on the telly, they watch Only Fools and Horses, Gavin and Stacey and all that sort of thing, so it's very fitting now how Gemma's found her very own chuckle brother within Scott. Pass you back on to Dean now. Yo. To me. To you. Cheers, Joe. As you all must be aware, Scott does suffer from a bit of forgetfulness. And I should blame myself for this. I think when I was about 10, he'd have been about 3. I think he got the scar to prove it. Got him round the ankles, swinging him round the room, caught his head off the chair. Sorry, Mother.
Got off the leg of the chair, knocked him clean out. I made a bit of a panic on, went to our next door neighbours, brought Bob round. Remember Bob? Yeah, there you go. Brought Bob round. I think he resuscitated him. I'll just give you a little slap around the face. So, you know, I remember. Oh, sorry, I've lost that bit there. Lost that bit. I think I was knocked out on that stuff. Anyway, I think ever since then he has suffered. He hasn't been the. To be fair, he hasn't been the full ticket since. For instance, there was a time when he was going on Wayne's stag do. Now, Dave Gemma said, "Have you got your euros? Have you got your passport?" Check. Got to the airport. No euros. He had to borrow Wayne's money all through his own stag do. To be fair, next year I might try that one myself. Also, I think as most of the lads are vouching here, when we go on the golf course, he usually comes off the golf course about 2 clubs shy. Most of them propped up against the tree, but to be fair, that's where he's playing most of his shots from. There was also a time, I think Dad bought him the new Wolf shirt when he was about 10. Went down to a local park, had a game of football. 2 hours later, come back. Have you forgot something? No. You sure? No. Look down? No. He's half naked, forgot his Wolves top. So Scott, for all that knocking, I apologise. I blame myself. Anyway, I could go on all day, but before he tells me off later, I'll pass you back to Joe. To you.
I'm sure, as you can all tell, Scott and Gemma, just by looking at them, they're soulmates, they're perfect together. I know Scott was very happy when Gemma agreed to marry him, mainly because nobody else would have him. Yeah, well done for that, Gem. I know it's not easy for Gemma. She wakes up in the morning and sees Scott, he'll tell her a joke. They'll go for breakfast, he'll tell her a joke. They'll go to work and he'll text her a joke. Come back, he'll tell her a joke. The rabbit at this point is sitting in the garden, fed up. They go to bed, he tells her a joke, and then she wakes up again and has to do it all over again. So, Jem, you must have the patience of a saint for that one. There is one downside to the wedding today for Scott and Jem, from my point anyway, because I won't get to see Scott anymore, really. Doing the housework, the cleaning. I would say cooking, but Jem, no. But yeah, as I say, all the best of it, Jem. You need all the luck you can get. So I'm going to pass you back over to Dean now to say a few more words.
Now, Jem, on a serious note, I know it's been said before, on behalf of me, Joe, and everyone else in this room, I just want to say how beautiful you look today. And if given the chance to pick my own sister, there's no way I could pick anyone so better. So loving and so caring and as kind-hearted as you. And Scott, standing up here today as your older brother, I've been so proud to stand up there and watch you get married. It's been an honour, mate. So, thanks for picking me one of the best men. Thank you.
To reiterate what Dean said and say it's been an absolute honour to be given the job of your best man today. I'm surprised you trusted me, to be honest. I hope everything's been okay for you. And also I'd like to say a big thank you to the maid of honour and all the bridesmaids, not just for today but to the run up to the wedding. They've been fantastic, all the hard work that they've put in. And also the ushers, they've been half decent today. But also, Lucy, your singing was fantastic in the church, wherever you are. Brilliant. Thanks very much for that. And yeah, thank you to everybody involved in the day, making it run so smooth. It's been brilliant, I think you'll all agree.
So, if you could all join us in the toast and raise your glasses to the most 2 beautiful people in the room today.
Maverick.
Only joking. If you could all raise your glasses to the bride and groom, Mrs. Gemma Russell and Mr. Scott Russell, the happy couple. Happy couple.
What too bad was it, Scott?